Hello, Hammond Doc here. In this video, I'm dealing with some upper arm bearings. Now these are upper idle arm bearings that go into the idle arm of a Leslie 122 or Leslie 147. And this, I have a bowl here actually with several of these bearings in them. So they're five. In fact, let me get an idle arm and I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So here's the idle arm, and the bearing attached to the idle arm here, and the little cord that goes around the rotor fits into this little slot here, and this sits on the top of the Leslie and is connected to the motor, the top motor, and this is what allows for there to be some tension in the and actually it's a pulley, and so it allows for there to be some tension in the stringed cord that goes around the rotor in a Leslie speaker. Now, here's the thing about these. When you get them used, the thing about them is that these are sealed bearings. See, they're sealed, and so what you're supposed to do as much as you can is to buy them new. But what I do, and someone had a question, well, how can you, if they're sealed, what are you going to be able to do with them if they're sealed? Well, I'm going to show you what I do. Even though they are sealed, and I have 5 of them here. As I said, they're sealed, they're all sealed. But what I do is, the first thing I do is I take these sealed bearings and I soak them in alcohol. Okay, so I've already soaked these. Okay, and then I wipe them down. Of course, I can't get on the inside, but I use these disinfectant wipes to clean them up as much as I can. And that still, of course, doesn't affect the inside, the little bearings on the inside of it, because that has to, this inside thing, this inside part has to turn. It needs to be able to spin freely. So, but I clean that up, and then what I do, after I've cleaned them up, is I use some of this Zoom spout, and I'll take some of this Zoom spout oil, and I actually just soak them in this oil. And as I said, I know that they're supposed to be sealed, but I soak them in this oil. And turn it over. and then I'll just let them sit. I'll let it sit for a week. I won't mess with it. I'll just let it sit for a week, and hope that that oil gets in those inside. And I can tell already right now, I'm spinning this, that it's affecting it. I'm spinning it now. So I'm holding it and I'm spinning it. So that oil got in there. It's spinning smoother now. Now that I put that oil in there, I can tell it's spinning smoother than it was before. Okay? Or at least I perceive it as spinning smoother. And I'll let it sit for a couple days, but just to check it, here I'm spinning the little spindle in there now. That thing is spinning so smooth that you can hardly see it moving. But it is moving. Let me find, okay, here's something else. Maybe I can use this. There it is. There you go. All right, so when I use these, see, they spin. I can tell that was a little rough. That one's smoother. That one's a little rough. All right. And so this is the one that I just did. And it's smooth now. It's very smooth. All right. Let's see if it works. This approach that I am advocating. Let's see if it works. I'm going to use one that's rough. Let's see. Okay, here's one that's making noise. Listen. You can hear that, okay? Now, the one that I just finished working on, that's what it sounds like. This one is louder. That's quieter. Alright, I'm going to use one. That's real smooth. That's the one I just finished working on. It's real smooth. Okay? This one I can feel is rough. It's turning, but it's rough. Alright, so I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to wipe it off. get inside this thing. Get inside this bearing. It's a sealed bearing. And, you know, sometimes people don't want to try anything. You say it's sealed, so you just leave it alone. Well, where I went to school was an engineering school. And we are not beyond trying things. I'm not beyond trying things out. Just because something is sealed or is said to be sealed doesn't mean that I can't try it. And somebody can laugh if they want to. Oh, ho, 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 ho. It's sealed. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You're not supposed to be able to oil it because it's sealed. Ho, 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 ho. Laugh. I'm still going to try it. Laugh all you want. Okay? This is not the first time I've done this, of course. And I've had good success with it, by the way. Okay? Once again, I've already soaked this in alcohol. You can let it soak, for a week, several days, couple days, 2 or 3 days, let it soak. Now, I'm going to put some oil on this. All right. Separate the ones that, okay, here we go. Now, I'm gonna put the oil on this. Here you go. All right. Listen to that. Listen. Smooth. Smooth. Yes, indeed. That's turning smooth. So, even though the bearing here is supposedly a sealed bearing, and just because someone says that it's sealed, were you in the manufacturer when they sealed it? Do you know how well it's sealed? I don't know. All I know is this. When I put this Zoom spout oil on this thing, it moves smoother and it sounds smoother than it did when I received it before I cleaned it up and put this Zoom spout oil on it. So, if somebody want to laugh about a bearing being sealed and someone trying to oil it, laugh at this all you want. In the meantime, I have 3 more bearings that I'm going to clean and I'm going to oil, and then I'm going to be able to use in my Leslie 147s and 122s that I have in storage that I am rebuilding. So, until the next video, this is Dr. Kemp, Hammond Doc, and I'm doing the laughing. Peace out. Goodbye.